A posthumous message from the former M sends James Bond on an unsanctioned mission to Mexico City during the Day of the Dead. There, he thwarts a terrorist bombing, kills the leader Marco Chiara, and takes his octopus emblazoned ring before escaping in a helicopter. Back in London, the current M, Gareth Mallory, suspends Bond. M is locked in a power struggle with Max Denby, or C, the head of the new, privately funded Joint Intelligence Service, formed by merging MI5 and MI6. C advocates for Britain to join the global surveillance program, Nine Eyes, and uses his influence to shut down the 2,000-foot field agent section, which he deems obsolete. Ignoring orders, Bond travels to Rome for Chiara's funeral. He seduces and saves Chiara's widow, Lucia, who reveals her late husband belonged to a powerful criminal organization. Using Chiara's ring, Bond infiltrates a meeting to select Chiara's replacement. He identifies the organization's leader, Franz Oberhauser, and overhears him order the assassination of the Pale King. As Bond is pursued through the city by assassin Mr. Hinks, Eve Moneypenny informs him that the Pale King is Mr. White, a former member of the organization's subsidiary, Quantum, who had crossed Oberhauser. Bond asks her to investigate Oberhauser, who was presumed dead 2 decades prior. Bond finds Mr. White in Austria, dying from thallium poisoning. White instructs Bond to protect his daughter, psychiatrist Dr. Madeline Swan, who can lead him to Oberhauser via L'Américaine. White then commits suicide. Bond confronts Swan and rescues her from Hinks. Q later reveals Oberhauser's connection to Bond's past enemies, Le Chiffre, Dominic Green, and Raoul Silva, all agents of the same organization, which Swan identifies as SPECTRE. Swan takes Bond to L'Américaine, a hotel in Tangier, where they uncover clues left by Mr. White directing them to Oberhauser's desert base in the Sahara. On a train to a remote station, they fight Hinks, ejecting him from the train. At the base, Oberhauser reveals SPECTRE funded the Joint Intelligence Service and staged global terrorist attacks to create a need for the Nine Eyes program. In exchange, C would grant SPECTRE unlimited access to Nine Eyes intelligence, allowing them to evade investigation. Oberhauser tortures Bond, revealing their shared past. After Bond was orphaned, Oberhauser's father, Hannes, became Bond's temporary guardian. Jealous of his father's affection for Bond, Oberhauser murdered Hannes, faked his own death, adopted the name Ernst Stavro Blofeld, and formed SPECTRE to target his foster brother. He claims responsibility for tragedies in Bond's life, including the deaths of M and Vesper Lynd. Bond and Swan escape by detonating an explosive wristwatch in Blofeld's face and head to London to stop Nine Eyes from going online. In London, Bond and Swan meet M, Q, Bill Tanner, and Moneypenny to arrest C. However, SPECTRE operatives abduct Bond and Swan separately. While the others proceed, Q successfully prevents Nine Eyes from activating. A struggle between M and C ends with C falling to his death. Bond is taken to the bombed-out ruins of the old MI6 building, where Blofeld, scarred over his right eye, tells Bond he has 3 minutes to save Swan before explosives detonate. Bond finds Swan, and they escape by boat as the building collapses. Bond shoots down Blofeld's helicopter, which crashes onto Westminster Bridge. Blofeld crawls from the wreckage, but Bond confronts him. Bond refuses to kill Blofeld, leaving him for M to arrest. Bond and Swan then leave the bridge together. The next morning, Bond collects his repaired Aston Martin DB5 from Q and drives away with Swan.